Hello, friends. Thanks for joining me today. I'd meant to do another meditation video sooner than this and just haven't gotten around to it. So anyhow, today I wanted to share some meditation resources that I recommend. And I'm going to talk about these various types a little bit. And once again, if somebody's just like new here because of the title or the keywords or whatever, I'm not an expert at meditation. I'm not a teacher. I just like to kind of share a little bit of my practice and kind of share, hopefully maybe inspire others to, see what they find along the way for themselves. But anyhow, I started out doing this and I was making notes and putting some things together. But as I've told you before, I use ChatGPT more and more to research things for myself and also to organize information where I can get to it efficiently. And I liked what it was doing. And since it's a subject that I'm actually familiar with, I was able, I can fact check it to make sure it's not like, throwing incorrect information out there. So, and there's many types of meditation, but I've got 4 here for you. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, because I tried this out with a friend and she was able to open them, and I might be able to do these in more videos in the future. In the description below, I'm going to have a couple of links to notes that I have on meditation. And she said she was able to open them. She opened them on her phone and she opened them on her laptop. Beyond that, I have no idea. I thought maybe she said you don't have to have ChatGPT to see that. But if those don't open, I don't know what to do for you. So anyhow, let's jump in. First type is mindfulness meditation, and I would say that's probably the closest to what I practice, not having been taught by anybody, just kind of like establishing a meditation practice on my own. And that comes from a Buddhist tradition, but it's kind of become popular, a little bit more popular, and it's actually a little bit more secular. There's no religious aspect to it. It's basically just observing thoughts, sensations, and emotions without judgment. Now, the way I do it is I'm more focused on my breath. I just watch my breath. I don't try to manipulate my breath. I just kind of let it go in and out, in and out. And that is what I've been doing for coming up on 4 years now. The next one is loving kindness meditation. That's also traditionally comes from a Buddhist meditation. And it's just basically a practice of cultivating feelings of love, compassion, and kindness for yourself and others. Yeah, I'm looking down at my teleprompt here. And basically it's something just like you sit down and you may have heard of metas, but it's a meditation before, like, may I be happy. May I be healthy, may I be at peace. And then you extend this out to others. You extend it out to other neutral people, and then you extend it to people that you don't even like. Not real familiar with that one. That one's a little less contemplative, but still worth looking into. Another one that I actually have thought about, exploring a bit is Transcendental meditation, and the origin of that is the Vedic tradition of India. And this is a mantra-based meditation. Now, some people, it turns them off a little bit because you have to find a teacher to give you the mantra and teach you how to do it. And for some people, they're just philosophically against that. I don't really have the money to drop on it, and there's no teachers around here, and that's something I'd actually like to do, maybe teacher to teacher and not necessarily online, although I would do it. But it's deep relaxation, stress reduction. If you've ever heard, Jerry Seinfeld's been like a 30 or 40 year practitioner. David Lynch, who just passed away, that was something that was very, he was very active in. And then the last one that I have, number 4 I have here is guided meditation. Guided meditation, I think, can be like, I've used actually, that's kind of how I got started, and I was still sort of what I like to think doing a mindfulness practice. I was just being guided through it. Also, too, don't be afraid to use the apps if you just want to get a little taste of this. I've used the Calm app for years. Now, I don't use guided meditations anymore. I don't really use it other than just every once in a while I'll put on a little rain sound in the background, but those are good. There's also Headspace. There's also another one that I will talk about in just a minute. But yeah, I mean, give guided meditation a try. You can find them here on YouTube, but I found quickly that I needed to go something that's just me, that's not a voice and coming at me. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about here is Vipassana meditation. There's a couple more on the list, but you can check those out. And Vipassana meditation is actually a little bit more in a lot of the way it's practiced, a little bit more hardcore. In fact, a lot of people go on like 10-day retreats where you're basically in silence and you're pretty much meditating for, if I'm not mistaken, like sometimes 10, 12 hours a day. So that is probably not one to start out with, but if you act, it's just got kind of how you practice here. It's a sitting meditation focused on posture, breath, and sometimes koans. Koan, a Japanese word for paradoxical riddles. Another one too that I will mention this down here is breathwork meditation. And breathwork meditation is somewhat like what I do with mindfulness to the best of my understanding. I mean, I guess what it is, I've done breath work, and when you are actually engaged in breath work, and you're kind of counting the number of breaths in, the number of breaths out, that's really all you can focus on. So the breath work kind of becomes a meditation itself. And then the one that I'm actually looking to kind of transition over to is what's called Effortless mindfulness. And this is, I've got a book that I'm about to start reading by Locke Kelly. You want to look up Locke Kelly, Lockkelly, and his approach. But it's let's see, shifting awareness into an open, effortless state beyond thinking. Notice awareness itself, rather than focusing on a single object. It's kind of like, this gets a little deep and way over my head to explain, but it's kind of like as you're meditating, and a lot of times people will start out, doing focused on their breath, and then after you kind of, slow down, kind of the mind calms a bit, you start actually looking back at yourself. In other words, like, who is asking these questions? Who's the meditator? And that kind of self dissolves. It's more kind of a non-duality approach to meditation, which that's something you might want to look into as well. And you'll see, if you can open these, and I really hope you can, that I asked also about teachers. And there's going to be a good list of teachers that I'll have in, I think it's in actually 2 of these links. I'm going to put both of the links in there. But here we go. For mindfulness meditation, I started out just even being aware of mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh, a little Vietnamese monk, passed away a couple of years ago. I've been reading his works for years. And that's a great place to start, just with kind of getting an idea of mindfulness, kind of a contemplative way of thinking. Might check out a book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. Also, for someone that's out there doing it right now, Jon Kabat-Zinn. He's got a wonderful book, Wherever You Go, There You Are. He's also somebody to look into. Transcendental meditation, I would just Google them. You can find resources to find teachers out there. That was originally taught by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, famous for kind of teaching the Beatles too back in the 60s, and Bob Roth, one of the most well-known modern TM teachers. Vipassana meditation, like I say, if you're just watching my video and you're just getting started, that may be something down the road, because I don't think you're going to go to a 10-day meditation retreat. But hey, I shouldn't assume, because people have different objectives. A guy named S.N. Goenka, G-O-E-N-K-A, and he is one of the most influential modern Vipassana teachers, as well as Joseph Goldstein. That's a name that probably is familiar to anybody that's looked into meditation. And then the Effortless Mindfulness, I've already mentioned Locke Kelly. And the name of that book is The Way of Effortless Mindfulness and Shift into Freedom. But yeah, so that's just kind of a smorgasbord there. Like I said, to kind of give you an idea. I really hope you can open these links, because then you can kind of do things like I do. That's a good place for you to start. You know, you're not going to remember a lot of stuff just from a 10-minute or so talk here, but that's why I hope I'm going to be able to start sharing links on other things in the future. So, you know, if you want to go in there, and that's the place to start. Like, if you're interested, go in there, Google, YouTube, search some of these things and see what, you know, sparks your interest. But anyhow, just wanted to share that today. It won't be so long before I do another meditation video. I might actually do one this weekend. So just let me know if you're interested in, you know, meditation, if you're new to it or whatever. And yeah, let me know if you like this content. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you here again at least one more time this week. Peace.